Former First Lady Michelle Obama called women out for voting for President Trump, saying this at a conference in Boston. Quote, "Any woman who voted against Hillary Clinton voted against their own voice."
Huh?
David's shaking his head, and he's not a woman. To talk about this, we have Republican strategist and former Trump surrogate ERIN Elmore. ERIN, your reaction.
Wow, I'm with David, huh?
We're just shaking our heads.
SMH is all the kids say, SMH. Seriously, this is identity politics at its absolute worst. There are so many juicy tidbits from her vitriolic rant, I almost don't know where to start. First of all, she didn't call it a vote for Donald Trump. She called it a vote against Hillary Clinton. You know what that implies? That implies they didn't really like Donald Trump. They just didn't like Hillary. No, actually, millions of women voted for Donald Trump. I find this also to be extremely sexist. Oh, you women, you just don't have a voice if you like Donald Trump. No, that's not true. Plenty of women in the country voted for Donald Trump, and they are proud, and they are women, and they support women's issues. I find it to be insane. And also, don't you guys think it's...
ERIN, two of the biggest reasons that Donald Trump won the election was because of what he said about the economy and how to fix it, and his stance on attacking terror. So do women not care about the economy and terrorism?
And that's her implication. I also think it's extremely elitist. She's like, well, my opinion is that Donald Trump is no good. So that's what you should think, American women. And that's not true at all. I was on the campaign trail, and I spoke to women of every race, creed, and color. And the reasons that they were voting for Donald Trump was because they cared about the economy. They wanted tax reform. They needed fewer regulations. They wanted the repeal and replace of Obamacare. They wanted safer borders. It had nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. It had everything to do with Donald Trump. So shame on her for these comments. And she's just dividing women between her comments and Hillary's comments earlier in the week about women are publicly embarrassing themselves by supporting Donald Trump. What message are they sending to women? Is this a unifying message? Certainly not.
Yeah, and as if because we're women, we would only vote for a woman because she's a woman, as if nothing else matters to us, that we don't have personal opinions.
Absolutely. Well, we think her opinion is the only important one, but of course, and I encounter that a lot up before, leading up to the election. People say, well, don't you just want to see a woman in the White House? I said, I'd love to see a woman in the White House. Ivanka Trump would be perfect. I'm just not voting for Hillary Clinton because she has an XY chromosome. I'm just not going to do it. So that's not reason enough. That shouldn't be on your resume.
And ERIN, you typically see former administrations, former presidents and first ladies kind of not say much during the current administration. I guess that's not the case here.
Certainly not. I think she's also a little upset because President Trump is undoing a lot of the things that were very important to Barack Obama and his legacy. And I'm sorry, they weren't right for America. So she just has to come to terms with the reality of the situation. November of 2016 occurred. Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States, and it's time just to wake up and deal with it.
I think a lot of people need to get accustomed to that. ERIN Elmore, thank you so much for your perspective.
Thank you.
And I don't think ERIN ever lost her voice. She's never been short of somebody to say on this subject.
She was like, I don't know where to begin.
Right. Well, with all the